Let us start with the preliminary homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Let us now pay respect to the triple gem. Arahang sama sambuddho bhagava buddhang bhagavantang abhivademi. Swakato bhagavata dhammo dhammang namasami. Supatipano bhagavato sawaka sangho sanghang namami. Let us now go for the refuge to the triple gem. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. We will now chant the observance of the 5 precepts. Panatipata veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Adinadana veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Kamesu micacara veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Musawada veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majapamadatana veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Let us recollect the sublime qualities of the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang sama sambuddho vijacarana sampano sugato lokavidu anutaro purisa dhammasarati satta dewa manusanang buddho bhagavati. Let us recollect the sublime qualities of Dhamma. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehipasiko openaiko pacatang veditabo vinyuhiti. Let us now recollect the sublime qualities of Sangha. Supatipano bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ujjupatipano bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Nyayapatipano bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Samicipatipano bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Yadidang cattari purisa yugani atta purisa pugala esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo anuttara punyaketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good morning, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Welcome to Buddhist Fellowship's Sunday service. Today, we are very fortunate to have Bhante Seelananda, who will be presenting a talk titled No Time to Waste, Practice More. Bhante Seelananda was born in Sri Lanka and ordained at the age of 11. In 1984, he received his higher ordination. Bhante Seelananda served as Vice President and Vice Abbot of Bhavana Society in West Virginia in US from 2011 to 2016. He is fluent in English, Pali, and Sanskrit and is skilled in teaching Buddhism and meditation to both novices and lay practitioners. Bhante will first guide us in a 10-minute meditation, followed by a Dhamma talk, and he will also be giving us a Q&A session. Let's welcome Bhante.
Let's start with practice. Let's relax for a while. Adjust your posture. Rest your hands either in your lap or on your knees and close your eyes. Close your eyes gently and then observe your body from top to bottom and calm your body. Calm your body and calm your mind. Keep a calm and quiet mind. Observe your body and relax. Relax each and every muscle. Give attention to your shoulders and relax your shoulders. Give attention to your chest and relax the muscles. Give attention to your stomach and relax the muscles. And now observe your back along the spinal cord from top to bottom, and release tension. Release tension. Calm your body. Relax your body. Calm and relax your body. Mentally repeat, observing your body, giving full attention to yourself. Mentally repeat, may I be calm. May I be calm. May I be calm and peaceful. Giving full attention, mentally repeat, may I be calm and peaceful. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May I be well, happy and peaceful. Now let's extend metta, loving friendliness to all beings. Mentally repeat, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Now give your full attention to the tip of your nose, that is to the base of your nostrils, and patiently wait for your breath. Whenever you feel your breath, understand whether it is going in or out. Simply let it go. Let it go peacefully, naturally. Observe your natural breath. Observe your natural breath. Observe your breath. Now continue for a while. Buddhang saranam gacchami. Dhammang saranam gacchami. Sanghang saranam gacchami. Friends, good evening. I am glad to see you all today for another special occasion. Today we are meeting to understand the teachings of the Buddha more and more. So, you know, the teachings is very clear that it is to be understood more and more and practice more and more. This is quite not ending until we attain enlightenment. It has to be practiced again and again. Bhavana means we practice, do it again and again. So we want to practice. In order to practice, we have to understand what is to be practiced, what is to be put it into practice. So today we want to talk about this. For this Dhamma talk, our topic is no time to waste. Practice more. That is the topic. So before we come to the topic, I have a sort of gratitude. I want to thank you all for your kindness to extend your donations for my kuti here in Sri Lanka. Today, I am talking from that kuti which you built for me, for which you all extended your contribution. I sincerely thank you all for your support and wish you all good health, longevity, success of all your activities. As we see the world today, we see with this development and advancement of the science and technology, as well as this pandemic, corona pandemic, this virus spreading all over. With this, the people, especially youngsters, we see they waste their time. Not only youngsters, we should understand. Many people, they simply waste their time for unnecessary things, rather using their precious time for the things which are more profitable, more beneficial, more fruitful. They simply waste their time for unnecessary things, such as unnecessary meetings, using telephones for unnecessarily, rather to their education, they misuse their phones and people waste their time. That is why we want to talk about this. We have to understand that there are two sides of our life, two aspects of life, namely the life of this world and the life of the next world, here and hereafter. Both these are important. In other words, the material life and the spiritual life. When we talk about this, we have to understand both these are very important. Even some people do not think at least one side of life. They do not think of this life and the next life. Even they don't think of at least one side of life, but simply they try to argue things, keep speculative views. They simply talk, unnecessarily lengthy talks. They get together and gossip, carrying tales, harsh speech, malicious talk, such things which are certainly impractical, speculative views, inappropriate for the wise people. In the time of the Buddha, there was a monk in such qualities who have speculative views. Not only this particular monk, but in the time of the Buddha, there were many speculative views. As you all know, there were 62 isms, 62 views. Buddha categorized all these and put them all into two different groups, named eternalistic views and nihilistic views. Buddha gave up all this. Buddha abandoned this both, and Buddha rediscovered the way which is called middle way. This particular monk named Malunkyaputta, in the time of the Buddha, this monk, one day he was practicing meditation. So this is from Chula Malunkyaputta Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya. Those who are interested, you can read the Sutta number 63. Majjhima Nikaya, the middle length sayings of the Buddha. According to that, this particular monk, Malunkyaputta, while practicing, he was not doing practicing, he was not meditating, but thinking. He was thinking about what the Buddha taught. Buddha has not answered 10 different questions which are quite speculative views, which are unnecessary for the practice, unnecessary for the holy life, irrelevant things. So the Buddha gave this up. Buddha kept this aside. Whenever the people asked this, Buddha kept silent. But this particular monk thought, no, Buddha has never explained this, never answered these 10 questions. I want to know these 10 questions. He was thinking, now he was meditating, but thinking. Friends, thinking is not meditation. Thinking is not meditation. Thinking is thinking. That is not the Buddhist meditation. According to the modern dictionaries, Meditation means thinking again and again on a particular subject, which is not the Buddhistic definition. So this monk started to think, why the Buddha did not answer these questions? I should go now and ask the Buddha the meaning and the explanation about these 10 questions. What are the 10 questions? Buddha has not answered whether the world is eternal. Then the Buddha has not answered whether the world is not eternal. When put these questions to the Buddha, Buddha kept silent. Whether the world is eternal, the world is not eternal. Buddha has not answered whether the world is finite or the world is infinite. Or the Buddha has not answered whether this body and the soul are the same, or the body and the soul are different things. Buddha has not answered whether the Tathagata means the enlightened one, whether the Tathagata exists after death. Buddha has not explained, not answered the question whether the Tathagata does not exist after death. The Buddha has not answered the question whether both Tathagata exist or does not exist after death. And the Buddha has not answered the question whether the Tathagata neither exists nor does not exist after death. So these are the 10 questions. Whether the world is eternal, the world not eternal, the world finite, the world infinite, soul and body is the same, soul and body are different things, Tathagata exists after death, does not exist after death, both exist and does not exist after death, and neither exist nor non-exist after death. These are the 10 questions which were kept aside. Buddha never answered these questions. Therefore, they are called unanswered questions. But this monk, Malunkyaputta, as he was thinking, contemplative, he wanted to know this. Then he thought that now I will go to the Buddha and ask. If the Buddha answered, I will continue this holy life. If the Buddha does not answer these questions, I will disrobe and go home. I don't want to continue this holy life. That is how he thought. Then this monk went to the Buddha and put these questions. He asked Bhante. Bhante has not explained this, answered these questions. Bhante has not answered the 10 questions. So, what are these questions? Then what are the meaning? If the Buddha, he says, if the Buddha knows, answer me directly, straightforwardly, give me the answers straightforwardly, directly. If the Buddha knows, answer this. If the Buddha does not know, tell me that the Buddha does not know that. He said, if I don't get the answer, I will disrobe and go home, like this. He sort of challenged the Buddha. Then the Buddha said, Malunkyaputta, did I ask you to come and get your robe so that I can explain this, I can answer these 10 questions to you? Did I tell you that before you get this robe? Then he said, no. Then did you ever tell me that you want to come and get the robe and the Buddha would answer the questions? He said, no. Then Buddha said, Malum ke Buddha, what are you? What are you asking? From whom you are asking this? This is, Buddha said, this is like a person was shot with an arrow. When a person is shot with an arrow, if the person if he doesn't want to put this out, pull it without understanding many things, many different things, he can't get the answer. Just like that, if you ask these questions and if you want to get these answers, as long as you are expecting this, you can expect, but you don't get the answer to these questions. Where the Buddha gave the simile of the person who was shot with an arrow. Suppose the person was shot with an arrow. That person's friends, relatives get together and they ask a surgeon to come and take the arrow out, pull it and treat. They ask the surgeon to treat him. When the surgeon comes, he wants to take the arrow out. He wants to pull it, but the man says, no, don't take it out. Don't pull it. I want to know before I get the treatment, before you take this out, I want to know who shot me. I want to know, before you pull this out, I want to know the person who shot was, whether he was a tall man, he was a short man, whether he's a black man, whether he's a white man. I want to know whether he was a Brahmin, his caste, whether he was a Brahmin, whether he was a Sakya, whether he was a merchant, whether he was a worker. I want to know this. And I want to know from which side, which directions he shot me. Before you pull this out, I want to know from which direction he shot me. Bow he used, whether it's a short bow or a long bow. I want to know which type of shaft he used for. I want to know, before you pull this out, I want to know which type of feathers that he used. Whether he used the feathers of vulture, crow, or peacock, or such things. He wants to know all these things before the people take it out, pull it out and treat it. So Buddha said he never get this answer. Without getting the answers, without understanding all these things, he would die on the spot, Buddha said. Just like that. What is that? That is how the people waste their time. No time to waste. No time to waste. As he was shot, he has to get the treatment as soon as possible. Just like that, we all are shot with what? Shot with poisons, pleasure, defilement. We all are shot with the arrow of lust, arrow of hatred, arrow of delusion. These are the different arrows. So we are quite, these are poisonous. We have to understand, we have to practice. We have no time. Once the Buddha said, like a person whose head is on fire, like a person who was smitten with a sword. One should treat, one should work hard, one should treat himself as soon as possible. Like that, we have no time to waste. We all are aging. Once we are born, we have to face aging. We have to face many types of diseases. We have to face death. All these come, all the, like sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and all these sort of dukkha, they all come in a battalion. Therefore, we have to make ourselves, we have to determine, we have to practice more and more. So the Buddha told him, if you don't get, if you ask how many times whether you want to ask this, you can do, but you don't get the answer, these questions. Why? The Buddha has rejected these 10 speculative views. Because why the Buddha rejected these 10 questions? Because they are not relevant. They are not relevant. They are not belonging to the fundamentals of the holy life. They are not connected with the holy life. That is the meaning. They are not leading to disenchantment, nibbida, disenchantment. They are not leading to dispassion. They are not leading to cessation. They are not leading to peace. They are not leading to direct knowledge. They are not leading to enlightenment. And they are not leading to Nibbana. This is why the Buddha rejected this. Buddha gave up all these things. The Buddha declared the Four Noble Truths instead. Having given up these 10, the Buddha declared the Four Noble Truths, because the Four Noble Truths are very relevant. They are clearly, they are leading to dispassion. They are leading to cessation. They are leading to peace. They are leading to direct knowledge. They are leading to enlightenment, and they are leading to Nibbana. Friends, that is why the Buddha taught these Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. We all have to understand clearly what the Buddha undeclared as undeclared, and what the Buddha declared as declared. What the Buddha undeclared are the 10 speculative views, and what the Buddha declared are the 4 noble truths. As I said earlier, in our life, there are 2 aspects, 2 sides, this world and the next world, or material side and spiritual side. Both these are important. As the Buddha said, those who do not concern about this life and the next life are like blind people, those who have no eyes, because they do not concern about this life and the next life. They do not make effort for the success of this life and the next life. And those who are concerning only either this life or the next life, one life, only think of one life, the Buddha said they are like one-eyed persons. Only one eye, they have only one eye. Because they are thinking either only about this world or only about that next world. There are such people. And those who are thinking and make effort for the success of this life as well as the success of the next life, they have both eyes. They have both eyes. They are the people, the Buddha said, they are the people, the wise people to associate. Buddha said, associate with such person, they are the noble ones. The Buddha's instructions is to associate such people and dissociate from the people who do not concern about their life, this life and the next life. So the people waste their precious time for unnecessary things, like harming and even killing others, other beings, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, harsh speech, gossiping, carrying tales, frivolous talks, and they greedily attach to others' properties and see them with envious mind. They practice wrong views. As such, they have such views, they waste their time. They waste their time doing unwholesome things, mentally, physically, and verbally. They do unwholesome things. So Buddha's teaching is for us to do more and more good deeds, practice more and more. Buddha said, practice the Dhamma. Therefore, we as Buddhists, we all need to practice more and more Dhamma, but less drama. People are playing different roles in dramas. There are dramas, different types of drama. But we have to practice more Dhamma and less drama. The Buddha said, Idha nandati, pecha nandati, Kata punyo ubhayatta nandati. Punyam me katanti nandati. Dhiyo nandati sugatin gato. Idha nandati. The doer of good deeds rejoices here in this world and the next world. Having been to another world, he rejoices. He or she rejoices more and more because of his action, right actions. Having done good deeds, such persons become happy here and hereafter. As you all know, the Buddha visited his father and family members after about 1 year after his attainment of enlightenment. When the Buddha visited Kapilavatthu, where he was born, he went from house to house begging. Seeing this, Yasodhara, his former wife Yasodhara, she informed this to her father-in-law, Suddhodana, the Siddhartha Gautama's father. The Buddha was going from house to house. Then Suddhodana came to see him and said, Bhante, my son, he said, my son, why you are going from house to house begging? I can feed you and all these monks, 20,000 monks. I can feed them all. Why don't you come to the palace and have lunch? The Buddha said, no, this is not the tradition. That is not the tradition. We are going from house to house as the tradition of the Buddhas. So in that, then King Suddhodana respected the Buddha. And the Buddha said, Uttitte nappamajjaya dhammang sucharitang chare dhammachari sukhang seti asming loke param hichat. This is what is to be done. This is how to practice. Practice more and more. Buddha said, Uttitte, arise. Arise. Buddha said, arise. Uttitte. Nappamajjaya. Do not be heedless. This is what we all have to understand and do. We should arise. We should come up. We should be alert, mindful, come forward. We should not be heedless. Lead a righteous life. That is the way to practice. In order to practice, in order to live righteously, we have to earn righteously. Lead a righteous life. That is the Buddha's message. This is the message for all of us. The righteous, the Buddha said, the righteous lives happily both in this world and the next. Further, he said, Hinang dhammang naseveya pamadena nasang vase micha dittim naseveya nasya lokavadhanu. He said, follow not the vulgar way, mean way. Do not follow the mean way. Low life. Do not practice. Do not follow such. Do not do the very vulgar, very low things, mean things. Whatever mean things should be shunned, should be discarded. We should not, as civilized persons, as cultured person, we should not do mean things. Whatever is not fit to the right, good persons, we should not do. Wrong things, it's wrong. We should not do wrong things. Therefore, the Buddha said, follow not the vulgar way. Do not do the mean things. That is the meaning. Then said, live not in heedlessness. Do not live in heedlessness. Then said, hold not false views. False views. Michaditti. 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 Ditti, our ditti is our view, our understanding. That is the most important thing. If we do not have right view, our view is wrong, which leads to wrong path. If our view is right, it is what is called, that is what is called right view, samma ditti, which is the first step of the eightfold path or tenfold path. That is why, friends, we have to strengthen our view. We have to have a clear view, samma ditti, right view, perfect view. It is only through samma ditti we can follow the right path, which is the noble eightfold path. Buddha further said, linger not long in worldly existence. What is worldly existence? That is samsara. Do not wait. Do not go long in samsara. Practice more and more. That is the message. No time to waste. Therefore, let's all practice more and more. We all should not waste our precious time for unnecessary things. Let's all practice Dhamma, practice more and more so that we can live happily, peacefully, and realize real peace, real happiness of Nibbana here in this very world. Let's all understand these wonderful teachings of the Buddha and practice more and more. This is the message today. As we got together, we meditated for a few minutes and practiced, and we listened to this Dhamma talk. Doing all these good deeds, we all acquire a great deal of merit. By the power of all this merit, may we all attain perpetual bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante. We have a few questions for Bhante.
Yeah.
The first question is, life is already comfortable now. Why must we practice more? Isn't just offering dana and accumulating merits enough?
Practicing means dana is also necessary, though that is not what the Buddha's emphasis. Buddha wanted us to practice more means the path. Dana is there in the path, but the priority given is for sila. The practice is sila, samadhi, panya. That is what is called the path. Not dana, sila, bhavana. Dana is necessary because all beings depend on food. All beings depend on food. We have to understand that. Dana is practiced to alleviate, to reduce, to weaken our craving. The purpose of giving is to weaken our craving, because craving cannot be cut off at once. You cannot completely cut off craving at once. You have to reduce it. You have to reduce your craving, and then at the end, slowly we reduce, and finally you can blow it off. You can cut it off. So in order to weaken, in order to reduce it, we want to practice generosity, giving dana. Dana also has different levels. Like you can give away things. When you give away things, you share, you think you keep your own things, your own parts. But dana, especially when you give dana, that is not mere giving, it is offering. You offer it to a certain virtuous person. The Buddha said, once a certain king went to the Buddha and asked, Bhante, to whom should I give? Then the Buddha said, give to whoever you are pleased. Then he asked, when give to whom can I get more benefit, more fruit? Then the Buddha said, give to the virtuous one, those who have quite good qualities, virtuous people. There are virtuous people in the world. Then give to the virtuous people. But the Buddha there again said, when you give, first do not try to find the virtuous people, the people who have these good qualities. Don't try to find them, but before that, you can try to find such virtuous persons to give. But before that, you have to do something else. That is, be a virtuous person. You yourself have to be a virtuous person first. That is the first thing to be done. Not to seek the virtuous persons here and there. To give. Before you give, be a virtuous person. Observe at least 5 precepts. Keep these 5 precepts, and then you can find a good person, virtuous person, and give. Then both sides are clear, both sides are proper. Then you are also a virtuous person, and the person who receives, the recipient, himself or herself is virtuous, which brings this act of giving fruitful, beneficial, more and more productive.
Thank you, Bhante. Second question is it possible to maintain awareness of mindfulness throughout the day?
Well, that is throughout the day. It is quite difficult, because that can be possible only by the arahants. It is impossible for the worldly persons. It is impossible because our mind is such fast. Our mind does not want to be mindful. Mind wants to roam. The mind wants to roam. Mind is such fast that mind wants to think too many things. Therefore, it is difficult to be mindful all the day. But if we practice, we can, day by day, we can increase the time, and we can practice mindfulness more time of the day.
Thank you, Bhante. How do we know that we are on the right path and not practicing blindly?
if you are practicing, when you practice, if you yourself can understand that your mind, you have concentration. If you have concentration, if you are practicing the Dhamma as the Buddha has taught us, means if you are practicing the technique of meditation, which was introduced by the Buddha. The technique is given in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. If you are practicing that, you can understand day by day, you can understand that this is the path. I am on the path. This is the way to practice. You yourself can understand these things because it is not something to recite or something to follow a sort of teacher. That is not the Buddha's teaching. Buddha never prescribed, never recommended to follow many different teachers. Buddha said, teacher is your teacher is the Dhamma. Dhamma, practice the Dhamma. Dhammocha vinayocha desito sobo mamachena satta. Your teacher, after me, your teacher will be the Dhamma and Vinaya. So we have to practice Dhamma. We have to understand the Dhamma and practice accordingly. Then we know that we are practicing the right way. We ourselves can understand. Sila, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. These are the three things to be practiced. We have to observe Sila, understand Sila more and more. We have to clarify, we have to cleanse our mind and understand our purity. Purity of Sila is very important. That is the base. That is the fundamental thing. Very, very important thing. That is our foundation. Without a good foundation, we cannot build the house. Therefore, we have to understand Sila, purity, purity of mind. That is the first thing. Then we can understand, we can come to the state of serenity, tranquility easily, because our mind is clear, calm. We have purity of mind. Then we can understand, whenever we go to practice, we can understand, my Sila is good. My Sila is purified one. I have refrained these things. I have refrained completely. Now the problem is, people do not refrain from things. Simply they say refrain from killing. They think that that is Sila. That is the precept. Refrain in precept, refrain in killing is not enough. That is the reprehension, refraining. But there is a positive side. We have to help them. We have to extend our kindness, compassion towards beings. And we should not kill beings. We should not get others to kill for us. And we should not approve killing, supporting killing. Even though we do not kill, we support killing. Indirectly, we support killing. Such things happen. Then our Sila is not purified. That is why the Buddha gave Sila. Buddha said Sila is these 5 precepts. 5 precepts are to be purified with 8 factors, which are called Aryakanta Sila. Aryakanta Sila. So when we have good Sila, then we come to the next level. Whenever we go to meditate, our mind is clear, calm, purified. Then we come to the state of calmness, purity, tranquility, serenity, which through which we can understand more and more. We can penetrate things as vipassana. Vipassana means see through. We can see through. That is Dhamma. So whenever we practice in this manner, we can understand the Dhamma more and more.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, as lay people, we have our careers and many responsibilities. How can we practice more? We do not have time.
Let's try to use the time that we waste to practice. Let's try to use the time that we waste for unnecessary things. Then we put that into our practice. I can't say the time that you waste unnecessarily. Think of yourself. You yourself, suppose there are 10 persons here. 10 persons have 10 different times that you are wasting. Think of your own time that you are wasting. People waste time for, suppose, like talking, unnecessary talks. When the people get together, try to cut off that time. Simply talking unnecessarily. That is called what you call frivolous talks, gossips like unnecessarily. And we use much time. Some people use much time for this radios, televisions, and TV and films and such things unnecessarily. Let's make a schedule for the day. Our own day, we have to understand. Let's make a schedule. So that is how I do. How I do. I use my time properly. I use time for meditation. I use time for my things, and normally I don't waste time because time is precious. We have to understand. We have to use this time for the productive things, for a beneficial, for our own beneficial things. We have to understand, use, practice more and more using this time. So let's think of that. How should I use my time to practice more and more? That's the way.
Thank you, Bhante. There's another similar question. As one ages, we have pain and mobility is restricted. Time is used for physio and medical appointments, etc. How to practice more?
That means you think that the practice is just to sit cross-legged and practice. That is not the practice. That is only one part, one aspect of practicing. Sitting, you don't want to sit much time. Simply practice walking. Buddha has recommended sitting, standing, even lying down, walking, 4 different aspects, 4 things. These are called 4 postures. We have 4 postures. We have walking posture. So they said practice walking meditation. Practice walking meditation. When you walk, understand that you are walking. Wherever you are walking, simply understand that you are moving forward, walking. Or you can give attention to your foot and start with the right hand, right leg, right, left, like that. You can simply go. You are going. You are walking. That is your walking posture. You don't want to sit there. Now, if you have to go somewhere, go. Then you are going. You are practicing. You are mindful. That is what is called mindfulness, awareness. Then, while you are sitting, understand you are sitting. Understand how you are sitting, how you keep your legs. Like that, understand sitting posture. Now, when you are standing, understand that you want to stand, then you stand up and understand you are standing. From time to time, give attention to your body and understand standing, standing, standing. Give attention to yourself, like sitting, 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 sitting posture. Understand standing, and standing. That's what is called standing posture. Then lying down. Understand lying down posture, sleeping posture. So four posture, only these four. We have to practice only these four. So sitting is only one of the four. Sitting posture. So whatever the medical appointments, go, wait, understand, meet the doctor or meet other people, response, understand how you respond, how you talk. When you talk, even give attention to your lips. Try to be mindful. That is the way. The Buddha said, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness leads to 4 establishments of mindfulness. 4 establishments of mindfulness leads to 7 factors of enlightenment. 7 factors of enlightenment leads to 2 things, vicca and vimukti, knowledge and liberation. This is the way. Let's practice this way. Practice more and more.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
There's 1 or 2 more questions, Bhante. How to meditate with a buzzing ear? The buzzing ear overwhelms all other sensations. Buzzing in the ear.
When you have buzzing ear, understand that you have buzzing ear. Buzzing ear, give attention to that. And understand the change in nature of that buzzing ear, the buzzing ear. To understand this, you have to have a better concentration. Try to concentrate. As you understand there's buzzing ear, then you give attention to your breath and practice mindfulness of breathing for a few minutes. After that, give attention to that one, buzzing ear, and understand that it's buzzing, like that. Give attention to that, and that will be, after that, that will be the object of your meditation as long as you are sitting or standing.
But Bhante, I think it's too overwhelming, the buzzing the whole time. Maybe if they are concentrating on the buzzing ear, then there's only buzzing.
Then practice walking meditation. Some people, some monks practice only walking meditation for their enlightenment. Practice more and more walking. Whenever you want to sit, you can sit. Right after sitting, try to practice. Give attention to mind, to your breath, and practice even for a short time. Practice mindfulness of breathing. Mindfulness of breathing. And then understand buzzing ear, like that.
This Michelle says, I still like to watch my movies and eat my favorite food, which are all frivolous activities. So how?
That is why we have to practice, to understand this. You understand this thing. That itself is good. Some people don't understand this, even don't understand this. Understand that this is my favorite thing. I want to see movies. I want to eat delicious stuff, but this is not good. This is not good. I should keep determination. That is necessary. Determination is necessary in this case. One day you can think, you can determine that from this day I do not do this. This way is wrong. This is the wrong way, which is not good. Good for me, not good for others. I am developing, I am cultivating my spiritual life. If we want to cultivate, if we want to practice, develop this dharmic way, we have to understand our shortcomings. We have to understand our weaknesses, and then we have to discard what is not good for me, what is harmful to us. We have to give up such things. So, but we can't give up all this at once, overnight. Practice slowly, one by one. Even try to discard such things one by one. At least one for a month. We have to understand and give up unnecessary things. That is how we practice. That is how I do. That is how I did so far. Whenever I understood if I was doing anything wrong, I understood and then I gave it up. Something I couldn't give up easily. In order to give up such things, I gave this up together, not one. I gave up things, this should go together, like that. I cut off such things. And now I am very happy. I'm peaceful, happy, because I am practicing.
Thank you, Bhante. One last question, not related to your topic, Bhante. Somebody wants to know whether devas visit you or not.
You know, the devas, there are different types of devas. But devas, they normally don't come to us. They don't come and play with us, or have lunch, have dinner with the people like that. They never want to come, because they live quite far away. But they can support us, they can help us, they can protect us. They do so. That is why the Buddha himself has taught about this. Buddha said that the devas protect you. When the people bring you merit, Buddha said in the jewel discourse, Ratana Sutta, Buddha said, Divacha rattocha haranti e baling. Tasma hine rakkata appamatta. These people, they do good deeds and bring you, day and night, they bring you merit. They give you merit. Like we normally do good deeds and share merit with the devas. So the Buddha said, as these people do good deeds and share merit with you, protect these people. Buddha recommended them and said, protect these people who bring you merit. So they do. They protect us. That is why we do so. So in such a way, devas means those who hear the practice and those who develop their mind, after they are dead, they become devas. That is how things happen.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bhante, Many requests, Bhante, share merits with devas and all sentient beings, and then give us a short blessing.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Bhante.
Share merit with the devas and all departed ones, dearly departed ones. As I know, many people, many friends who supported us for the success of Buddhist fellowship, they are not with us today. Some people are not with us today. They've gone. So, but they, while they were alive, they supported for the success of activities of the Buddhist fellowship. We especially share merit with them, with our dearly departed relatives, especially our parents and teachers. Let's share merit with them. May they rejoice this good deeds, good merit. May their sansaric journey be peaceful. May they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. With that good thoughts, let's recite the stanza to share merit. Idang me nyate nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idang me nyate nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idang me nyate nang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Let's share merit with the devas. May all deities, all devas protect, rejoice this merit. May their sansaric journey be peaceful. May they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. With that good thought, let's recite the stanza to share merit with the devas and with all beings. Ittavata cha amhehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya akasattha cha bhummatta deva naga mahiddhika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakhantu sasanang cirang rakhantu desanang cirang rakhantu mang parang. Now I am going to bless upon you all, wishing you all good health, longevity and success by chanting. So you can chant with me or you can simply join your palms and receive this blessing. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Natti me saranang anyang buddho me saranang varang etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalam. Natti me saranang anyang dhammo me saranang varang etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalam. Natti me saranang anyang sangho me saranang varang etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada suddhi bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada suddhi bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkhantu sabba devata Sabba sanghanubhavena sada suddhi bhavantu te.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sukhi hotu, Nibbana pachu hotu. May the triple gem bless you. May you live long in peace. May you all attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thanks again, Bhante, for accepting our invitation to give this talk. Thank you. The rest, you all can.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhante.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhante.
you. Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you. See you.
We do hope that you have enjoyed the talk. Next week, we have Prago who will be ushering the new year with us. He'll be giving a talk titled How to Receive Blessings in Life. There will also be a short segment of offering a requisites to the Sangha. Do sign up on Eventbrite and join us on site or on Zoom. We hope to see you again next week. Stay tuned and thank you.